Hello everyone, my name is Satyam Shivaach and I am working as a legal intern with LEXIS and Company. And in this video, we will discuss about the Admiralty, Jurisdiction and Settlement of Maritime Claims Act 2017. The most importance of maritime trade in an increasing globalized world has spurred the Indian government to action over the last few years to reform the various archaic laws governing maritime relations and claims in India. One of the new laws that has been introduced as part of the reform process is the Admiralty, Jurisdiction and Settlement of Maritime Claims Act 2017. Let's see the repeal of the obsolete law. The Admiralty Jurisdiction Act repeals and replaces various outdated laws relating to the Admiralty jurisdiction of the Indian High Courts passed by the British in 80s. The archaic law has made British Admiralty law applicable to India. Now let's see the applicability. The Admiralty Jurisdiction Act applies to all boats, ships and other vessels in India, territorial waters except inland vessels, vessels under construction that have not been launched, and naval or other non-commercial government vessels. It also applies to vessels that sunk or are stranded or abandoned and the remains of such vessels. The Act will not apply to any foreign vessel that is used for any non-commercial purposes as may be notified by the central government. This means that the Act should apply to all kinds of commercial ships, including general cargo ships, bulk carrier, container ships, roll-on, roll-off vessels, oil or liquefied gas carriers, chemical carriers, product carriers, livestock vessels, tug vessels, and even commercial passenger ships. Now let's see the vesting of Admiralty jurisdiction. Prior to the enactment of the Admiralty Jurisdiction Act, the old British law vested Admiralty jurisdiction only in Bombay, Madras and Calcutta High Court. Although various Indian courts' decision has suggested that Admiralty jurisdiction have been extended to other Indian high courts as well after the independence. This was never expressly set out in any law. The new Admiralty Jurisdiction Act expressly vests Admiralty jurisdiction in high courts of all the coastal states in India, that is Calcutta, Bombay, Madras, Karnataka, Gujarat, Odisha, Kerala and Hyderabad. Each court has jurisdiction over waters to and including its territorial sea waters. The Act also permits the central government to vest Admiralty jurisdiction in other high courts and extend the jurisdiction of the high courts by notification. Every new high court that has acquired Admiralty jurisdiction under this Act will now need to frame its own rule for the exercise of the jurisdiction. Now let's see the maritime claim. The Act lists various maritime claims that will fail within the Admiralty jurisdiction of the above High Court, including disputes regarding vessel possession or ownership disputes between vessel and co-owner about the employment or earning of vessels, claim regarding mortgages or charges on a vessel. Moreover, claims regarding loss or damages caused by the operation of vessel, including environmental damage, claims regarding a loss of life or personal injury occurring in direct connection with the operation of vessel, and claim regarding loss and damage. Claims in relation to certain type of agreement, agreements relating to carriage of goods or passenger, or agreement relating to the use of hire of vessel, also falls within the definition of maritime claims and therefore within the High Court's jurisdiction under this Act, as do claims arising of any of the goods supplied or service rendered to the vessels for its operation, management and preservation or maintenance, dispute arising out of contracts for sales and vessel, or claiming regarding the payment of seamen wages and insurance related matters. Interestingly, this Act does not include claims regarding loss or damage caused to the vessel within the definition of maritime claims, although such claims will often fall within some other category of claims and therefore within Admiralty jurisdiction under this Act. Now let's see the maritime liens. The maritime lien is a special type of maritime claim that continues to exist over a ship or vessel despite any change of ownership, registration or flags. The Admiralty Jurisdiction Act lists which claims will result in a maritime lien over a vessel and describe the order of priority to be given to maritime claims where multiple such claims are made. Jurisdiction over vessels, arrest of vessels and person courts with Admiralty jurisdiction exercise their authority over both vessels within their territory water and person within their territorial jurisdiction in personnel. The Admiralty Jurisdiction Act specifies the circumstances in which court can exercise both these types of jurisdiction. The Act can also set out certain procedure to be followed on the arrest or sale of vessels. The Act provides that any vessel ordered to be arrested or any proceed of a vessel on sale under this Act will be held as security against any claim pending the vessel outcome of the Admiralty proceeding. Further, a claimant seeking the arrest of a vessel may be required to furnish an unconditional understanding on the terms determined by the High Court to secure the defendant from any loss or damages that may have resulted due to such arrest. The Act also provides that the High Court ordering the sale of vessel can determine any questions relating to the title or to the proceed of the sale. Now let's see the jurisdiction over vessels and persons. Courts with Admiralty jurisdiction exercise their authority over both vessel and their territorial waters and person within their territory. The Act specifies the circumstances in which court can exercise both these types of jurisdiction. The Act also set out certain procedure to be followed on the arrest or sale of the vessel. The Act provides that any vessel ordered to be arrested or any proceed of vessel or sale under this Act will be held as security against the claim pending the final outcome of the Admiralty proceedings. Further, a claimant seeking the arrest of a vessel may be required to furnish an unconditional undertaking on the terms determined by the High Court to secure the defendant from any loss or damage that may result due to such arrest. The Act also provides that the High Court ordering the sale of vessel can determine any question relating to the title to the proceed of the sale. This is a much awaited legislation. The Admiralty Jurisdiction Act is a much awaited piece of legislation as it clarifies the Admiralty jurisdiction of Indian courts and codifies in a single statute of much of what the previously once stated in court judgment. Once the Act is brought into force, it will be a welcome reference point to all court dealing with Admiralty matters in light of the changes brought in the Act. It would be prudent to revisit shipping documents including bills of lading, service contract, charter party agreement, contracts for freights, documents related to the provision of services at various ports to ensure that they are in conformity with the new law. With this, I would like to end this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.